Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. I am still Blue Moony, fantasy writer and shy magical library in human skin. So lovely to see you again. Hello, hello. I don't know why this error is still occurring every time. I tried a few things, but apparently no. Still wants to double up on everything. Goodness me. If anyone knows what's going on with Prism Live, with getting doubles in the chat, please let me know. In any case, how are you? How is everyone? I'm here. Definitely here. Not so bad really, considering what I am currently infected with. So yes, that's something to be grateful for. Whoop. Good thing I set my background music to be on, otherwise I would have completely forgotten it. Oh, dearie me. Yes, I did stream yesterday, so it's probably not the best idea to be streaming again today, but you know, all my plans fell apart, so why not? Oh, I'm all right. That doesn't fill me with much confidence, Ashley. I hope you really are all right. Oh dear. Well, oh dear. I have, of course, already completed my Easter Bunny ritualistic activities. That's all done. And now I thought we'd give this a bit of a look. It's yes, as you can see, random words. These are ones that I generated a couple of months ago now, I think. Just when I was, trying to motivate myself into creating a ridiculous number of short stories all in one hit to see if, I could build up a nice backlog. I'd still like to do that, but I'm feeling slightly more realistic about it at the moment, which means, 30 plus probably isn't going to happen. Yes, motivated and keen blue is a very insensible force to be reckoned with. Sadly, it doesn't last. And yes, being more realistic during the planning process would probably be helpful. In any case, we have these words to play with, and I came up with a few ideas pretty much straight away. I don't even remember what the words are. I remember what the ideas were that I came up with, but let's have a look at the words. I did this the same way I used to do my randomly generated scenes for my very, very old blog. So we have the 7 nouns: skill, literature, instance, drawing, language, college, and cheek. We have the adjectives: logical, important, deserted, heavenly, and well-groomed. We have the verbs: exhaust, display, and dislike. And we have the adverb: deeply. Oh, I guess motivation too is a thing to care for. Indeed. Yeah, so we had these random words, and instantly a whole lot of them sort of combined and screamed dark academia at me. And dark academia isn't anything I've really dabbled in. Seriously. Of course, it is a glorious aesthetic that I can very much appreciate. But it's not generally my go-to. Even as you know me, I'm into, magical girls, magical boys, that sort of fantasy. But dark academia, yes, that's what I instantly got from these words. Literature, college, well-groomed, these sort of words just... I had to do it. It had to happen. And, I had pulled these together with a short story, with writing short stories in mind. And, I have to really make sure I stick with that, because otherwise I'll just be all off and come up with another novel idea to add to my, 15 plus list of things to write. Way too many. So yes, definitely need to keep it a short story. And let's just have a quick look. at some of the notes that I took. Yes, the drawing. The drawing I figured would be important. And I came up with lifting things from drawings. And yes, and when I use dark academia, I mean fantastical dark academia, because everything I write has to have a speculative tilt to it. Blue does not write unless it is speculative in nature, however small. But yes, lifting things from drawings thought would be interesting. Now, then it came to, it can't just be any drawing at all. The drawing itself is a spell. So you can't just, flick open a page on a story and lift something out of there. It has to be done specifically for a particular spell. We have here, it will be a highly regulated sort of field, because it could put manufacturing businesses out of said manufacturing business, destroy economies and whatnot, all these sort of little things. So it's restricted to very, very specific uses. And I have that it's a two-part process. We have the drawing and the lifting. And yes, two-person job. I don't think it's very likely that one person would do both aspects here. And yes, dark academia style. That'll work. So students, I suppose could also be teachers, but let's go with students. And yes, there are a few particular things that I may appeal to you for help with, if you'll be so kind as to assist me. So let's just go through this and try to figure a few little things out. Yes, thank you in advance for assisting me with this. As you know, it may be months before we see this story again in any sort of form. Or more. Who knows? But yes, I should probably try to keep this a fairly restrained stream. Blue should probably sleep at one point. But, yes, let's just try to pull this together a little bit. When we reach the big things I was worrying about, I'll let you know. But yes, let's get a few more notes down and then try to get things in order. Oh, hello, Elfie. So lovely to see you. We're going to be trying to pull together the bones of a Dark Academia short today. Yes, what's going on? Dark Academia. Yes. Fantastical Dark Academia. So, as you can see from these notes and random words, we didn't generate these random words today. These were generated some time ago, and as you can see, they are of course pleading to give rise to a dark academia of some form. Dark academia, my favorite aesthetic. Excellent. You'll be able to help me. See, I think the only dark academia fantasy I've read are the first two Atlas 6 books. It is Atlas 6, isn't it? I thought it was. I already may or not have some ideas. Ooh, go for it. Go for it. Share what you will, but if you come up with something cool for yourself as well, write that too. Oh, dearie me. Yes, so setting, clearly, dark academia. So I want them to be students, possibly, or do we want this to be a high school, or do we want it to be a university? I'm leaning more towards early university. Give me your ideas. It was Space Core and Whimsy Goth are high up among aesthetics too. Space Core, Whimsy Goth, that's not one I've heard of. That sounds amazing. Really just having these incredible visions. Well, as much as I have visions. Not so good at that, but Whimsy Goth just generates incredible thoughts. I love it. Do university. Okay, so let's just stick an adjective in there. Ancient university. And, highly reputable, old money, scholarships, etc. Well, university will be a wonderful setting for some life-based comedy. Ooh, yes. Well, I suppose we don't need too many notes for the appearance of the setting. It's all, Gothic inspired. So I have a feeling we should definitely intro with some sort of scene describing the surroundings. We can be hurrying through some halls to the library or something. Begin with descriptions of university surrounds. EGG. Hurrying through corridors to the library, etc. Oh, I wonder if it's possible to make a dark academia story without a school-esque setting. Possibly. I mean, it could always be a library or a museum, maybe. What else? Library, museum, general archives, government buildings, ancient government buildings. That could be interesting. But yes, I think I want to stick with university here. I suppose it would be really cute to have a dark academia sort of night school at a library for people who couldn't get their dark academia studies done in their teen years. After work, daytime accountant, nighttime studying magic. That'd be really cute. Oh, I need to use archives in my stories. Yes, the mentor in my main magical project, she didn't always mentor magical boys and girls. She was actually an archivist, and particularly an anthropologist. Dean's office would be wild. Ooh, that would be fun. Oh, let's just try to stick the dean's office in there at one point. Maybe we could begin, leaving the dean's office after being scolded for something. After an intense scolding. Scolding. Oh, and I think dark academia magic. I think blood magic. Oh yes, I thought we could mix some blood in there with the drawing aspect. We've got the drawing. The drawing itself is a spell. It doesn't matter how it's drawn. The more personal to the artist, the better. Mix blood in the ink as an example. So yes, we can definitely get some blood in there. Poison too. Poison could be involved in many dark academias. Yes, it's a very quiet weapon. Poison is, so it suits the aesthetic very well, like arsenic or lead paint. Ooh, yes, that would definitely work with all kinds of dark academia, but leaning towards the more magic style, we could go a bit more, belladonna-esque, things like that. Could be fun. Okay, so I don't think we need to go into too much more detail about the university. That'll come as it's being written or as the plan's being pulled together. What's really important are the two leads in this, which will be the drawer and the lifter. And I've got quite a few ideas about the lifter, not too many about the drawer yet. Hence why the lifter goes first here, even though, drawing first, then the lifting. Okay, so I wanted there to be some animosity, at least, between the drawer and the lifter. So, surface level derision. Oh, belladonna is such a wonderful title for a piece of media. Ooh, yes, it is a lovely, lovely term. What is it? Is it belladonna and deadly nightshade? They're the same thing, aren't they? Pretty sure they are. I should really, revisit my poisonous plants. I'm sure that's something that'll come in useful with all this dark academia writing. Oh, now we've got to have. Can we pass the dark magical? What's the term? Conservatory? Is that how you spell it? No idea. During our hurrying. Oh, the best animosities come from contrast between characters. Yes, there will definitely be contrast here. Let's just get a bit more of the just generally what I want the relationship to be between them, and then we'll talk a bit more about the lifter and the drawer, and we can figure out some more. Talking of poisonous plants, poppy gas. Oh yes, anything poppy, anything along those lines. Sorry, I just had to wince there. It's yes, when I was having the having small one too, I did wind up needing to have some morphine, and that was not fun. Some people talk about morphine being a very pleasant experience. I couldn't stand it. I just couldn't stand how I couldn't keep sort of hold on what was going on. And I guess I'm the sort of person who needs to be in control and know what is happening in my head. So it really, really freaked me out. So even though the pain was pretty bad at points, I was like, yep, no more morphine, please. No morphine. Other stuff, no morphine. Yeah, we're writing Eldritch horrors now. Hello, Neko Heko. Oh, something along those lines. Yes. On that, isn't Eldritch just one of the most brilliant words in the English language? I just adore the word Eldritch, and I've possibly gone on about this before. Eldritch. The way it just sort of drips in a very... what's the term I'm looking for? Eldritch, like syrupy but not sweet, like syrupy but sharp and alluring, and it's so good. I love Eldritch. Yeah, morphine's not fun. No, it is not. Not good at all. The word does sound Eldritch. It does. Yes, the relationship. So some animosity, at least to begin with. Service level derision. Underneath, I want deep respect from the lifter towards the drawer. Not mutual initially. Yeah, I think we can show some respect growing from the drawer towards the lifter at one point. So how does the lifter gain the drawer's respect? We do want that to happen here. It can be a very small thing. But yes, once I go into more of what I'm actually planning for the story, yeah, that'll make a bit more sense, I guess. Service level derision underneath the deep respect. Yeah, let's talk briefly about the characters, just to see. And then we may come up with some better thoughts for the relationship. Oh yes, one more. Possibility of... I hate these terms. More than friends. It's always there. Meaning we can have some sort of romantic-esque tension if we want. Romantic tension if desired. Oh, Eldritch has really no good equivalent in Swedish, the closest being Uroldrig. Sorry, I probably butchered that. I always apologize for butchering words. Literally ancient age, which is closer to ancient in meaning. No need to butcher the Swedish if you don't want to. You're way ahead of me there. Oh dear. So yes, now we're getting down to some of the stuff that's going to be quite important. Oh dear. Oh dear. So the lifter. Remember how we said we can only for very, very important things, and it's highly regulated. I want the lifter themselves to have been lifted from a drawing. Someone made a drawing of a baby and lifted them out. This is highly illegal. Illegally lifted into the world as a baby. So, I haven't thought too much about who did this initial lifting, but I'm guessing they're either in prison or they got off because they were very, very important. Oh, wonderful idea. Thank you. Thank you. It was just, yeah, from these. Now, why is lifting humans illegal? Lifting anything is illegal. It's highly, highly regulated. You got to have, going through so much red tape to get permission to lift things. And, as they're learning in school, you're only lifting things like, why is my immediate thought a kettle? And what happens to the baby? I think this baby was raised in the very dark academia world, and they are now learning to be a lifter themselves. Who would have raised them? Possibly the faculty. That's getting a little bit, what is it? Northern Lights, Philip Pullman. That's what happened with the main character there, wasn't it? But that's okay, it's a short story, we can do that. Lifting is lifting things out of paper, yes. Yes, but it takes a lot. You have to sort of, for starters, the drawing. There has to be so much communication between the drawer and the lifter, because the drawing has to be an exact representation of what the lifter intends to lift physically, and then the lifter has to sort of add the reality to it. And so if you're lifting a live thing, you sort of have to add its soul. So yes, they'll be pretty much creating a soul. So I'm guessing that has the potential for an animal companion, isn't it? One that they've already... The first live thing that they lifted could be their animal companion. I love it! Oh dear. Oh dear. That just needs to go down into... We need a general section. Just to keep things together. Could you lift just the soul? Possibly you could shape a soul, but if you don't have anything to ground it to, I'm not sure they could... It's possible you could give a soul to something that's not sort of human or living in appearance. You could possibly give a soul to a lump of clay or something like that. I don't know. How would the soul look? Oh, I'm not sure. I mean, in my mind it would be without substance. But if there's any sort of sign of magic, possibly that would be hovering around it. Golem, yes. That's probably why I thought lump of clay. Thank you. So, general. Animal companion. Creature lifted into being by our lifter. Feels weird calling them the lifter and the drawer. Can we just give them some working names? Can I just get 2 names? I mean, we may not stick with them, but just 2 names to work with for now. Anything at all, anything at all. So... Oh yeah, how does one avoid text dump, lore dumps when writing? Ooh, I avoid it by working it through sort of a funny conversation. Oh, no, not necessarily a funny conversation, but sort of bringing the lore through a conversation that sort of has to occur, as opposed to it just happening to drop the lore. Leaf and Jay, Lily and Dahlia. Ooh. How am I going to pick now? They're all good names. Whoops. Sorry. I don't think it did anything to you, but it did something weird to me. Where do we all go? Where do we all go? There we are. We're still okay. We're fine. Oh, I forgot the word that I was looking for. All good, all good. But yes, the way I try to get around the lore dumps is to find a way that a realistic way that the lore has to sort of come out, as opposed to just saying it to get it out. That probably doesn't make much sense. Yeah, weave it through the story. Make the lore dump a part of the story, as opposed to, just dropping the lore anywhere. Oh, I need to leave now, got a dinner to attend. Bye. Enjoy the dinner. Have a lovely time. I hope it is delicious, and I hope you enjoy lots of intelligent conversation Yay! Oh dear. Sorry, I'm just looking at the lovely name choices now. Oh dear. Leaf and Jay, Lily and Dahlia. Well, how about we combine them for given names, and let's do Lily Jay and Dahlia Leaf. Shall we do that? Shall we do that? Just for the hickety heck of it now. So I'll have the lifter be Dahlia J, and we'll have the drawer be... Ooh. Oh wait, no, it was the other way, wasn't it? Because I didn't want to have the double L. Double L's are cute, but not right now. Lily J there. And Dahlia Leaf can be there. Wonderful. Compromise, yes. I love a good bit of compromise. Oh, there's so many lovely people here. Hello! We are having fun here. Feel free to yell thoughts at me. So, we have Dahlia here. Was illegally lifted into the world from a drawing as a baby. So, what happened to the original lifter / parent being? Possibly imprisoned, because this manner of birth is highly illegal. Who knows what sort of people you could create by just building their soul and lifting them out of paper. Ooh. Maybe there's a history of serial killers being created, and other criminals. So, serial killers, criminals, etc. being created. So it's very, very dangerous. Hard to create an uncorrupted soul? Something like that. Are we sure we want Dahlia to be the lifter and Lily to be the drawer? Do you think we should swap them? We can swap them. Sure thing. Let's swap them. So Lily can be the lifter, and Dahlia can be the drawer. I have no issues either way at this point. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Okay. That's probably not the only reason that that it's highly illegal. There's lots of reasons. Again, because if you can just lift anything out of paper. Again, not everything has to have a soul. I think most of this would just be lifting objects out of paper, bringing them into being. Oh dear, that's sounding slightly Dreamers, Raven Boys, when you could bring items out of his dreams. I loved that power. That was brilliant. Not quite the same thing, but it's got some similar points. Actually, Raven Boys has a bit of a Dark Academia vibe, doesn't it? And not all of it takes place at the school. It's probably just because there's the fancy pants private boys' school. Oh yeah, does the soul lifting create some abnormalities? If you're not careful, I'd say definitely. Definitely. You have to be the best to do that. Unless very careful, only the best attempt this, and only under extreme supervision. So of course, Lily J is going to be planning some stuff not under supervision. Yeah, so Lily. Let's think more about Lily. Lily, probably one of the few successes. And she definitely, since they're possibly imprisoned, also possibly let off, because very important. Possibly does not know who their creator is, but possibly a member of the faculty. One of the few successes. That'd be a short list. I want her to know her number. It'll be a short list of living successes. Would it be living or... No, not necessarily. Or short list of successes since... blah blah. Whatever time. Oh, hello, Andrew. It's lovely to see you. Hello, I'm writing for a D&D campaign. There's a collective of people that by altering a child's appearance can turn them into a proxy of a hero villain of the past, imbuing the child imbuing the child with their power. Wow. That's really cool. That is really cool. I wonder... Yes, I suppose it would be, I mean, it's a... Here it's the drawing, and they're lifting the drawing out and attaching a soul. I suppose it would be possible to do a drawing of someone who has already died and recreate them. Oh, maybe. What do you think? You're going to make it more light-hearted or more body horror before turning into the proxy? Oh, I suppose it just depends on who it is. I sometimes have some trouble with body horror myself, but it depends on who you're writing the campaign for. I mean, and plus it is a child. I'm not sure. Oh, body horror with children. That could be heavy. But again, it depends on who you're writing it for and how well you know them. Like for example, just painting a wig on the kid. That would be very cute. Or sewing parts into them. Less cute. Far more body horror, that one. Yes. Maybe this is just me, but the idea of sewing things onto a child is pretty intense. I think it would be really cute and cool if just something like a wig would work. It's like, wig. Now you are someone else. Remove wig. Now you are yourself again. Hooray. Oh, would it depend on how powerful whoever's doing the sort of spell casting is? Maybe the more powerful they're going to be the baddies. Ah, I see. Okay, in which case, go for it. We want to make sure everyone knows these guys are bad. Oh, I was about to say something really bad, but I remembered what Elfie said yesterday about the possibility of blue out of context one day. Yes. Yes, I was going to say, go on, mutilate the children. Please no one clip that. No one clip that. Oh, dearie me. Oh, I hope your campaign goes wonderfully. That is such a cool idea. That is brilliant. Yes, oh dear, these baddies, they sound pretty intense. Yeah, that would be intensive out of context. Yes, but hopefully they would hear the very joking lilt to Blue's voice there. Yes, yes, there's also out of tone. Yes, things out of context, things out of tone. Oh yeah, Mooney, do you have any controversial thoughts about millennial writing? Oh dear, do you mean just about millennial writers in general? I'm one of them. Oh, we definitely won't clip that. Thank you. Oh, in my head, the image I had was a kid dragging a sword way too big for him and crying, or the person he's proxying controls him, and he can't control himself but feels everything. Oh, precious darling. Oh, poor thing. That is intense. That is intense. But if he is being controlled, he'd be able to, I suppose technically he wouldn't have to be able to lift the sword if he's being controlled, but he'd still have his own muscle strength? Or is he getting that from the person controlling him? Well, obviously the objective would be to stop these people. Indeed. Indeed. Please stop them. Please, I'm sending all of my well wishes and good vibes to the people who play your campaign. Please stop these bad guys. Oh, dearie me. Oh, considered one of the few successes. Raised. Sorry, I'm just bouncing back and forth between comments and getting this stuff down. Raised in dark academia. Setting by the faculty. Is their parent, I guess parent's the best term for this, is their parent a faculty member? Oh, and suddenly I realized I was too early to the dinner. What did I miss? Oh, you missed Blue saying something. Yeah, not so great. Followed by a plea with not to clip that. It was definitely a joke. Ooh, I like the concept of lifting a being from writing into existence. That one's also good. That one's brilliant. But I did want to go with drawing for this one, just to get the full-on shape down. Possibly you can do it from writing, but I think it would be a lot harder than from drawing. And plus, the artists might get annoyed, cutting out the middleman. Oh yeah, something about doing bad stuff to kids in D&D. We were talking about that, weren't we? Yes, and it has got a wonderful campaign with some very, very cool concepts in there. And I'm so sorry if I'm pronouncing your name incorrectly. I pronounce everything incorrectly. Please tell me when I'm saying things wrong, and I will do my best. Oh dear, is their parent a faculty member? So, what is Lily doing? Oh yes, Elfie, do you like what we did with the names? We have Lily J and Dahlia Leaf. Okay. Lily is clandestinely planning to lift a human being from a drawing. Drawing. Ooh, what about if you lift something from writing? Only people who can read the text and understand it can see and be impacted by it. Oh, that's a really cool concept. That is cool. Sorry, I'm just gazing at my blank wall here. I should really try to frame my art. There are quite a few lovely prints that I've received for gift, some of them over a decade ago, and I still haven't framed them. For some reason I find it difficult to buy frames. Just the idea of getting the size wrong makes me feel a bit... I can't. And then I'd wind up with a frame that doesn't fit anything, and it'll just sit around my house for another decade because I'm also bad at getting rid of stuff. I've got a pile of old shoes by the door that are wholly and do not fit, but yet I just can't bring myself to throw them away. Well, interesting, like a burden of knowledge. Elfie, that sounds really cool. Indeed, it does. Indeed. I like the idea of language, barrier, limited magic. Yes. Bring on the cool rules for magic systems. And, nothing's cooler than language, as we all know. Lily is clandestinely planning to lift a human being from the drawing. Who is she planning to lift? Why is she planning to lift them? Two very important questions. I think I need to make clear. Oh no, caps lock, why do this to me? Lily is a... let's just go with undergraduate. Well, go with Lily is now an undergraduate student at the university. Possibly there's an affiliated school. Possibly was it border? Is that the correct border, or is it border? Which border is it? English skills, wherefore art thou? Oh dear. Border at school. Is that the correct term? Okay. That one. Border. Oh, but I needed this horse calendar from 2009. I can't just throw it away. Actually, it was a butterfly calendar from 2014, but who's keeping track of that? Sorry. I think I finally did get rid of it. But they were copies of beautiful, beautiful Japanese print butterflies, and I had been planning on cutting them all out and framing them, but you know, that never happened. Oh, I have a funny idea. What if Lily's parent lifted her because she couldn't have a kid another way for some reason, and Lily thinks this is the natural way? Or for her, definitely it would be the natural way. But oh yes, I suppose this is definitely an alternative to IVF. Would I have gone this path? Possibly. Oh dear, I imagine people would charge, be incredibly expensive. Possibly there is a maybe there used to be some sort of, yes, used to be. This used to be sort of a way to have kids when you couldn't otherwise, but I think it's been shut down because of the number of serial killers it's produced. Whoops. Not just serial killers, other issues also. Okay, let's get this down. Yes, I still want her sort of parent to be either in the picture and unknown or out of the picture, because this was illegal. I want her to be, where is it? She's a success, but she's an unregulated success. I think that's got to be important. So there would be some sort of limitations on her, or lots of observations. This is fun. I love this. Oh, so Lily is infertile or something. I don't know about the people who are lifted. Possibly there is frequently issues with infertility for them. But yes, maybe parent. Also, possibly parent could just be ace and not want to go through IVF if there's IVF in this world. Oh dear. I wonder what kind of limitations there'd be on her. I mean, considering she was unregulated and there've been so many issues with them, these sort of people created in this way in the past, that I think they've just got to keep a close watch on them. So sort of regular therapy style sessions and observational notes, etc. And possibly her education was planned out for her. I'm guessing the academy is sort of her sponsor. Well, she's the ward of the academy. Planned out her future thing. Oh, maybe it would be interesting to explore why it became illegal. Yeah, the method produces a lot of serial killers. Violent tendencies. Thank you. That's the term I was after. And why people lifted have these tendencies. Yes. You're very right. Oh, what was the difference between lifted and non-lifted people? Well, the idea with the lifted people, yes, it's very, very hard to sort of bring a soul into existence without having any problems. Yes, I imagine this takes an incredible amount of study and practice. Practice to lift living beings. Possibly there's also lots of dangers if just the process goes wrong. I'm thinking, oh dear, Full Metal Alchemist sort of issues here. Danger within the process itself. Full Metal Alchemist vibes. Oh dear. I think I've already typed this a bunch of times, but highly regulated. Matter of study and practice, living beings, highly regulated. Whoopie doopie doo. How much are we actually going to be able to go into this? Enough. Definitely have to go into some. Should be easy to sprinkle through though. You open the portal and call, but no one can assure you who answers the call. I'm not sure where finding a soul and sort of pulling it into existence as opposed to creating it from scratch. We are going full on creator here. well, either creating and or recreating from scratch. Because I'm still not sure. Is Lily a new creation or a recreation of someone else? I think that could be important to who she's planning to lift and why she's planning to lift them. Because my original thought was that she was planning to lift someone to murder them. But I didn't have any way to sort of get to that. And, you know, that's pretty dark. So possibly something else. So goal. This is just, you know, this is not set in stone. So let's just go. Potentially wants to lift someone to kill them. And my main thought was, you know, wanting to lift the person who lifted her and kill them. But then again, why? Why? Oh, what if it just created some sort of neurodivergence? People think it's something too scary to allow. Oh, maybe. Huh. Well, possibly, yes, it'd be a far higher, what's the term, incidence of neurodivergence among lifted people. I feel like a lot of these notes under Lily should be down in general. I'll organise that later just to please myself. But let's pop this here. So, potentially a far higher incidence of neurodiversity among lifted people. Let's just, because I like making up statistics, let's just make it, you know, around 70 to 80% or something. People still happy with the background music? It's not annoying anyone? Do we need to turn it off and have some quiet for a while? Let me know what you think. So you know for certain who they are. You set them how you like. Maybe the problem is the parts you didn't specify. The blank spaces are the problem. Ooh, that's great. That is good. So yes, that would make it difficult. So if you're a master, you pretty much can't leave any blank spaces. So masters don't leave blank spaces. So yes, does create soul as they like, but if they leave anything out, open to chaos. Oh, yes, the chaos of humanity. I like that. Open to the chaos of humanity. Yay. Music's cool. Radio, we shall stick with it then. Ooh, can we have some brain rot music for our brains to rot together? You're saying this stuff I've written is not brain rotting enough? I'll have to work harder. Oh, what would happen if you failed to lift something? Yes, that's why I was thinking the Full Metal Alchemist vibes, you know. Body horror. Body horror. Oh, and if Lily's been doing some practicing, possibly she's had a bit of body horror happen to her by accident, but she's able to hide it. Forgot to uncapitalize. Body happened to her, able to hide and or explain away. Or possibly not, considering she's just gotten in trouble with the dean. Oh, this is fun. I am having fun. And that's why it's so heavily regulated and the real master's able to do it correctly, and even then the results are not guaranteed. Exactly. Body horror kettles. Oh, I'm seeing that. Yes, kettles with fingers for spouts sort of thing. Oh dear, and that's just with the non-living objects. Imagine it'd be so much worse. Oh, that sounds like that should be a joke. A joke from the drawer. Joke from Dahlia about Lily that she's has made some body horror kettles before. About Lily. Body horror kettles from first year. Okay. So Lily, she's got to be very intelligent. I don't want her to be sort of, stereotypical smartest in her class. Possibly most determined in her class, not smartest. Intelligent, not best in class, most determined. Possibly she wouldn't even be considered most hardworking either. I tend to make this a trait often in my characters, I think, that yes, they're only hardworking with stuff that they're actually interested in. Everything else they just completely ignore. I don't think she'd completely ignore everything else, but how would we do this? Oh, free money glitch, lifting paper and set up a shop for the students. Yes, hence the being highly regulated. I imagine there's been quite a few counterfeit money lifting rings. Counterfeit. Please help me. Thank you. I can still remember where I first learned the term counterfeit. It was reading Babysitters Club books. I'm pretty sure they came across some counterfeit schemes in some of the Babysitters Club mysteries. Oh, so the base form for lifted things is organic. No, not necessarily. I think you start off lifting, yes, the kettles and, pencils, pipes. That would change the, what's that whole this is not a pipe, this is a drawing of a pipe sort of thing? This would change all of that. So if we got body horror as the consequence for failure when lifting. Yeah, I think you'd still get some weird stuff happening. With the non-organic matter as well. Or, my main thought is that Lily accidentally swapped a finger for the kettle spout or something. I don't know. That could be fun. We like fun. Okay. So I've had a lot of thoughts about Lily at the moment. So, reasonably hard worker. There's a particular term I'm looking for. We've got determined, but that's not quite it. Definitely willing to break rules. Okay, this is what I was looking for. Tunnel vision. She's got tunnel vision. She can only focus on what's most important to her at that point. What would the lifting look like? Well, I do want it to be a sort of a mystical spell sort of process. So, yes, the actual drawing itself, I'm wondering whether it has to be sort of done in one sitting and the whole drawing process is in itself a spell, and the lifter has to be present to sort of add themselves to the drawing, sort of, if you feel me. And then they've got to do the lifting. And in my head, all I'm seeing is Cardcaptor Sakura with her glyphs on the floor and bringing stuff out. No, not quite that. Not quite that, but along those lines. Ooh, Moon, will you someday review the internet's greatest fanfics like the infamous My Immortal? Harry Potter School of Hope and Prayers, maybe some anime fanfics just to suffer with us. That could be fun. I'm not great at reviewing things. I think I've mentioned my head just doesn't sort of go to intelligent places when I read. I'm a bit of a sucker. I just read and I'm like, this is great. I love reading. And I don't my head forgets to be critical. Maybe it'd be easier with, notorious fanfics. But also I don't like criticizing other writers because I know how hard it is to write. But yes, so long as it's all just in fun, I suppose it could be good to have a bit of a read of a few infamous fanfics. Also, yes, I have nothing but respect for good fanfic writers. It's my whole main magical project, as a lot of you know, was originally a fanfic, and I've been working ridiculously hard for, oh, goodness me, how long have I been working to turn it into original? It's over 5 years now. And I first started writing the fanfic almost 9 years ago now. Goodness gracious me, I've had these characters with me a long time. I adore them so much. Why can I get nothing done? Why? I want to finish things. I very, very purposely cut off the part of Obsidian where you can see my list of projects. Just let me count here. This is my list of, just total projects. So who knows how many books could be in each one. Okay, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, including short stories, 18. And I think that's not even all of them. And how much have I written on all of them? Not a lot. Oh, how do you explain that to someone that all fanfics aren't smart? I've tried and I haven't succeeded yet. There is no smut in my original fanfic. There's a few things that are a bit creepy, but definitely not smut. Fanfic and smut are not mutually exclusive. Is that the correct term? Is that the correct term, or do I want the opposite? My head's not working. It's 3 minutes to midnight. Hi, this is Blue Mooney, and welcome to a new episode of Time for us. What do I say instead of this? SE Creepypasta. Yes, that's an actual YouTube series that I loved. Hooray! Ooh, honestly, moon reviewing creepypastas would be based. Oh, we can look into it. Although with me, why do I get so anxious at the idea of reviewing? Maybe it's because I am just imagining other people reviewing me and panicking. Oh, for as much as I want to share my stories, I really am terrified of people actually reading them. Yes, we can definitely look into that. If you're interested, send me things in either video comments or in the Discord. There's a link to join the Discord in the description if anyone's interested. But yeah, send me fanfics you like and creepypastas and all that sort of thing. Yeah, that's possibly. Now it's time for dinner. Go enjoy your dinner now. Bye-bye. Oh dear, we're getting a little bit off track, but it's fun. I'm having a good time. Okay, let's try to talk about the drawer for a little while, because we've talked an awful lot about the lifter, and possibly she's the slightly more important because she's driving the story more, but we couldn't have her story without the drawer, so yes. And the drawer is going to give us some interesting dynamics. So as we know, initially has very little respect for Lily. Why is this? Possibly initially poor performance. So the drawers and lifters study together, even though they're... because their fields are... What's my favourite term? Inexorably snarled. Their fields are a part of each other and cannot be separated, even though they are different. So... if anyone can think of a better term for lifters and drawers, let me know. I don't mind them, but I'm wondering whether there should be something more... dark, academic-y. And drawers have... Well, it wouldn't be all their classes, but probably most classes together. Because their fields are so closely intertwined. Glyphers. Ooh, that's cute. Let's put that down here as a... there. We'll have a think about that. Drawers have most classes together because their fields are so closely intertwined. Just give me a sec, sorry. Oh, I'm sorry the chat's going over that. Let's see if I can... Yeah, that's a bit better. Yeah, I'm just experimenting with where to put chat and other things. 'Cause, yeah, I wasn't overly happy with how the overlays were working with this sort of gaming screen, because the chat just looked way too small on the chat background, the chat box background that came with it. So at least when we're doing writing, we can pop it like this. I've got to figure out a better way to do it when we're playing games. Dahlia. Oh, very... I was going to say she's very familiar with Lily's early mistakes, but I don't think Dahlia would be the sort of person to hold mistakes against her. I think Lily probably did something, not a mistake, did something on purpose that made Dahlia lose respect for her. What did Lily do to lose Dahlia's respect? Was this in uni or school? Thinking. So, yeah, I think I need to note, because that'll say a fair bit about Dahlia's character. Dahlia, not a person to hold mistakes against people or laugh at them for it. Possibly Lily is just... What's the term I'm looking for? Insensitive. Lily is insensitive. So how did her insensitivity have to do with losing Dahlia's respect? Because I don't think she just wouldn't respect her because she's insensitive. I think something specific has to have happened. Yeek. Spelling. Spelling matters less the more minutes after midnight it becomes. Again, this will probably amount to a sentence or two in the completed work. I'm happy for this one to be a slightly longer short story if it has to, but yes, I don't really want it to be any more than 3,000 words or so. That would be pushing it. Most of the short stories I pop up at the moment, most of them, I think they've all been under 1,000 words so far. When I eventually get the Pitchfork one up, that's over 1,000, but in fact I think that's over 2,000. That is complete, by the way. I'm still just umming and ahhing over whether I should start a separate channel to put all the writing on. I had been thinking that would be better for the algorithm, but I probably don't live stream enough for me to need this channel to be, mainly known for live streaming. Maybe it can become mainly known for the writing. I don't know. Let me know what you think. Do you think we need a separate channel and I'll put all my writing up there, or are we happy to keep all the writing and streaming together? I think I prefer one channel because, Blue's barely capable of managing one channel, let alone two, but that if it would be better in the long run and writing, more likely to be looked upon with mercy by the algorithm if it was on its own separate channel, separate to the live streams. I don't know. Okay, so Dahlia is an artist. I don't think it's really necessary to have multiple channels. Okay. Yes, I think even if I don't start another channel, I think I want to, I don't think I want to re-record the original 4 stories that I've got popped up right now. But I think I wanted to redo the videos a little bit, because I think there's a way I prefer it now. And plus, you know, on another thing that I'm umming and ahhing over, still wondering whether I should stay as Blue Moony or whether I should become exclusively Moonfeatherblue. It's one of those things that feels like it doesn't matter, but on the other hand, it absolutely, absolutely matters. If you had a separate channel, I don't think I would have found you. No, probably not. Hello, by the way. And you are so welcome here. I didn't welcome you properly. You are so very welcome here. And thank you so much. And I did love hearing about your campaign. You should let us know how things go. We do trying to stream once a week at the moment. This has been an interesting week because we've done yesterday and today, because I wasn't sure I was going to be able to stream at all. And now that I can, I thought, why not? Let's stream. Yes, I did announce at last week's stream that there would definitely not be a stream this Saturday. So yes, I was not expecting anyone to be here, but thank you, all of you. It's been so lovely. I've been having so much fun. Oh, thank you. I'm just in the writing phase, still a while until we play that, so I'm looking for inspiration. Well, yes, if you want, you should join the Discord and have a chat. I'm sure there'd be plenty of people in Discord who would love to talk inspiration with you. It seems Moonfeatherblue could work as the main pen name with Moony as the diminutive. Moony is a very cute diminutive. Yes. You think Moonfeatherblue works as two names? And it's just, you know, is Moonfeather or Blue your first name? The answer being yes. I suppose I just get a bit antsy about the idea of me putting what is most likely the given name second, given I'm not from a culture who does that, but hopefully it's okay. Yeah, I was wondering how it sort of looks, and I had tried writing Moonfeatherblue separately a few times to see how it looks and works in my mind, and it hadn't quite worked, but seeing someone else write it, it looks all right in my head. Yeah, could work. Thank you. You are all very reassuring. It's difficult. You wouldn't think it, but I don't like bothering people with these sort of concerns, even though it seems like all I do is complain. Okay. The drawer. More about Dahlia. Okay. We need more about Dahlia. I haven't thought much about Dahlia at all. So, in my mind, she's definitely the quieter of the two. Quiet but not shy. That sort of vibe. Moonfeatherblue, the two separate words, is the most eye-catching variant, I would say. Okay, thank you. It's, as Ashley said, yes. So you think that would, if in the miraculous situation that we got hard copy would be lovely, but just hard copy books at one point, you think Moonfeatherblue would work on the cover of a hard copy book? I suppose people have published under Stranger. I think they're both intense, but intense in different ways. So I think Lily feels intense but chaotic, but Lily is intense but focused. It is currently 9 minutes after midnight. Oh, and another good news, I've somehow managed to avoid punching the lamp tonight. I'm pretty sure in at least the last few streams I've accidentally punched the lamp just from being overly enthusiastic and waving my arms around. Not so much arm waving going on today, well, I say laser focused, despite all of these tangents we're going off on, but we love tangents. We love tangents here. Oh, goodness me. Goodness gracious me. So intense but chaotic and intense but focused. What's some background for Dahlia? Let's put her on a scholarship. So Lily being a ward of the faculty, a ward of the school, she's covered. Best education sort of just comes with it. But I think she's on a scholarship. Let's make it a partial scholarship so she has to work for the rest. Needs to work. Yes, I imagine there would be a fair amount of... Lily would be paying money. Oh, Lily. Has a large... What's the term? Fund. Lots of pocket money. She's rich. Rich girl. Needs to work to cover the room. Well, that's it. Maybe some of the animosity between them is the the old-fashioned, the poorer person who needs to work their rears off to get anywhere and has far more integrity, and the people who are just handed stuff. So there's that to add to the relationship. So rich, well, we say orphan. Rich, lifted, orphan, as opposed to poorer, hardworking student. So what's the term? Dahlia has a chip on her shoulder. That's the term. Let's see. That's probably my favorite part of that background music, the harp. Even though I really love the... I have so many random tunes in my head. I hum them when I can put notes to them, but sometimes you just have the tunes and where they're going, but I just can't find the notes out of my head. I do my best. I really wish I could do something with them. I'm just not... It feels weird to say I'm not musically inclined enough when I played piano and sung for so long. My practical skills aren't enough to really do something with them. Hence why I'm going to be getting help to write the theme songs for my books. Yep, did everyone know that? All my books are going to have theme songs. Because it's a brilliant idea and I won't hear anyone say otherwise. Oh my goodness. I should drink some water. Everyone, it's hydration time. Okay, so would have been, well, dragged, question mark. Drag / enticed into this illegal undertaking by Lily. Lily's offering something. Probably money, but I think Dahlia would be more interested in the challenge. Always challenging herself. I think she would have more of a problem with it being illegal. Possibly she'd have more to... she'd be in more trouble if they're caught, potentially. But I think the drawer is less likely to have, issues during the process if something goes wrong. I think that's all on the lifter. So, drawers generally don't have unpleasant repercussions if something goes wrong with the process. Oh, I mean, Dmitry Glukovsky posted the first draft of Metro 2033 with an entire album of songs chosen by him. Ooh. What's a usual pick of theme? Fantasy romance? No, not really fantasy romance. It's well, my main project is pretty much magical boys and girls. So transformations, all of it. Very, very evil alien monsters. And then, what are my other ones? Oh, I've been working on this one almost exclusively for so long. I have a shapeshifter story that's fairly high on my list, so that's sort of fantasy, not quite steampunk, but in that sort of time frame ideas. And I have a more high fantasy. I mean, that there is romance in my stories, but I just generally wouldn't put it as one of the genres. Oh, I was missing a comma there. Fantasy, romance, horror, and yeah. Speculative fiction. Pretty much everything I write has to have something speculative going on, even if it's just tiny. I don't know. I don't really like writing something unless there's something speculative in it. And I generally go fantasy, or fantasy sci-fi. That's pretty much what my Magical Boys and Girls one is. Fantasy sci-fi. Not so much horror. I'm not such a horror fan. Yeah. For those who remember when playing Slay the Princess, we still haven't finished that. We'll have to do that at one point. But yes, I actually had at one of the pictures, I had a full-on visceral bodily reaction to one of the body horror images, and it actually made me feel dizzy and sick. Not so good with the horror. Most of my siblings like horror a lot. But yeah, they generally pick out the ones that are safer for me to watch and tell me you are definitely not watching that one. I'm hearing Dahlia as a very sort of dry, not necessarily monotone, but very dry personality. And Lily is being quite passionate and frustrated, and sort of can never express herself the way she wants. But I think Dahlia would be brilliant at expressing herself in a few short words. Oh, what was that was mentioned? Yes, you thought it would be a good idea to try lifting from writing. So I just want to put it as writing is a possibility. Possibly what Lily was originally aiming for, but just can't pull it off. Needs the intermediary of an artist. Oh dear, sorry, we're throwing things down everywhere, but this is fun, isn't it? I'm having fun. Did I just hear something? Sorry, I thought I might have just heard small one too, but I can't hear him now. I've got the monitor. I say next to me. It's on the floor next to me, so I've got to bend down to have a look. Need a little bit more about Dahlia's background. Where does she come from? Okay. I don't want her to have a sort of unhappy background. I mean, I think we've got enough of that from Lily. Well, we don't know it's unhappy. It's mysterious. And I want Dahlia to be not mysterious. How long's the story meant to be? This one's meant to be no more than 3,000 words. Yes, I know we're going into a lot of detail here, but yeah. I suppose it can be more than that if we have to, but I only want it to be... Okay, let's just go down here for a sec, go into general. Or, not general, so... Rough progression. of events. Okay, so kind of a lot of detail for 3000. I know, you should have seen what happened a couple of weeks ago when we were trying to come up with a story from some words that we came up with, and we wound up world building for how long was it? Over 2 hours, and we wound up with a fantastic world and concept, but not much of a story. It's okay. A lot of this won't wind up in the story, but it'll shape how they talk, where they come from, how they view each other. It'll work. It'll work. There's something that I've started priding myself on. It's how I write my characters' voices. I think I might be good at it. I hope I'm good at it. It feels right. I mean, maybe it's just because I've spent so long trying to perfect Kaz's voice. It's just... And, no, not just Kaz, but, Kaz is the main point of view for the first few volumes, but it will branch off into a whole lot of other characters eventually. And I pride myself on being able to tell who is the point of view just from the way it's written, even if you didn't have their name there. You'd just be able to tell. This is them. Oh yeah, even if it's not explicitly written, it affects their interactions. Yes, that is important. I keep thinking I hear small one too. Should I be concerned? No, nothing there. Oh dear. Let's just try to get down the rough progression of events and just try to figure out the end. Because that's the main thing I was having trouble with, sort of the main goal of why this is happening. I just need to sort of know how that's going to work. And then I think I'll be able to go away and eventually at some point, in hopefully the next year, write this story. Oh, I came up with another cool idea today. Not another story, thank goodness, but a way to flesh out a short story. It was the first randomly generated short story I did for my old blog, actually, and it was a very short one. And it's an all right little piece of writing, but I've figured out how to improve on it without lengthening it too much. I mean, I can afford to lengthen it. It's really short, but yes, I had a few thoughts of what I can do, make it, give it a bit even more of a slight dystopian spin. It'll be fun. Okay. And also, because it's so short to begin with, hopefully it won't take me too long to pull it into shape, because as some of you know, I wasn't a very good writer 10 years ago. I suppose as well, it may still not be great now, but I like my writing. I enjoy reading my own writing, and as I think I've said many times, I think that's a good sign. Okay, rough progression of events. Leaving a session with the dean. Lily just got in trouble for lifting experiments. Possibly lifting more living things without permission. Or lifting living things without supervision outside of class, without, yes, submitting the proper forms. I don't know, for some reason whenever I think magic in this sort of environment, I think bureaucracy and, permission slips and stuff. Like with everything, practice makes perfect. Exactly. She's got to practice, but, yeah. Just thinking, there's got to be a couple of members on the faculty that sort of have main Lily duty, and it's just like, what are we going to do with her? Yeah, possibly they were in with the dean. Should we catch the very end of this scolding session? I suppose that could help fill in some world building. Okay, let's change that. Let's go. End of scolding session in Dean's office with Dean and faculty member, surrogate parent sort of thing. Boopy-doo. So leaving through the corridors so we can get some nice dark academia aesthetic descriptions here, as we do. So into library, into secret part of library. Meeting Dahlia, practicing drawing. With this, the practicing, sorry, I'm waving my cursor around here. I'm not sure if you even see it. Oh no, you can see it. You can see it. Yay. What was I thinking? With her practicing, would she be drawing these herself? Or possibly she was trying... Possibly this was trying with the writing. I was just thinking about the animal companion thought. Just wondering if many people find it unnerving, like there's a lot more to it than most animals. And what animal do you think her companion should be? It'd have to be fairly small to go around the academy with her. You know, I imagine cats are traditional, but I have an awful lot of cats throughout my stories. I suppose mice are a possibility. I like birds. Sparrows. Actually, I like the idea of sort of a sparrow for a sparrow or another bird along those lines. You know, seems sort of ordinary and drab, but when you take a closer look at it, I'm fascinated by sparrows. We've got some bit of a garden under the kitchen window, and we get an awful lot of sparrows around here, and sometimes they just land on the lavender, and the lavender's shaking and they're pecking at it. And just the way they move there, and they seem, you know... Well, you don't know, and I can't explain it properly. I like sparrows. So possibly we can pop a few sparrow-related things. No, that's Dahlia. Dahlia's not a sparrow. Dahlia's sparrow analogy. Let's think of a bird for Dahlia. I think... I'm feeling sort of... They have a few opposites things going on, you know. Well, we knew that already, but with Lily being the intense and chaotic and passionate and all of that, but all of that crammed into something more sparrow-like. But Dahlia being sort of... Oh, it doesn't have to be bird or feline. There's just the thoughts currently having. I mean, you know... Frogs definitely have a history with such things. Frogs, salamanders, newts. She turned me into a newt. Yes. And I like the idea as well about Dahlia being sort of quieter and focused and dry, but sort of being more majestic bird-like. With how you're describing Lily, I'll go with a sugar glider. Ah, sugar glider, some sort of marsupial. Maybe it's Maybe it's not one animal. Maybe it's a sort of a mix. Animal companion. So maybe they describe it as not quite a sugar glider. Well, I have a funny idea. You need a tandem bike, but you only know how to lift an air fryer. Then you look for a lifting couple in the exact opposite situation. Oh dear. I suppose so, yeah. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh yes, I imagine most lifters and drawers, many would actually be couples. I mean, maybe they started off professional, but a lot of them do become romantically involved, or a platonic, very, very strong platonic relationship. So at least majority of professional lifter-drawer pairs are involved. Do we know much about lifter-drawer pairs in general at university? Do they sort of jump between them? Or do they have sort of one dedicated partner throughout? I imagine in uni you'd jump between until you find your sort of forever partner. And I guess Dahlia's just a bit bitter that she's realised Lily's her forever partner. That's kind of cute. Oh, yes, maybe, yes, she's pulled some sort of chimera. Chimera. Like, creating chimera is also possibly illegal. But they can't quite dispute, you know, it looks an awful lot like a sugar glider, just not quite. Oh dear. Yes, I imagine the creation of chimeras is also highly regulated. I suppose, yes, in my short story series I'm always working on the side, there's it's in a modern day like world, or a near future like world with quite a lot of magic, but you know, the magic of the kind that anyone can sort of study it at university and do it. And there's just so many regulations, and you need licenses for exactly the kind of magic you can do, and you need to renew every year, and it costs a lot to renew it. I don't know, it just feels like if magic was real, that would definitely be happening. Well, you know what, lifting could be a way to avoid patent loss. Yes, I have a feeling that would happen a lot. Yes, I think the meeting with Dean spurred Lily to try whatever she wants to try. There, why would you do this? Stop it. There we go. Right now. She's in a bit of a frustrated, antsy frenzy. Does she just want to try it right now because of her frustration, or is there an actual reason? Was she given some sort of ultimatum? Oh, I've got so much to think about. I love this. Oh, goodness me. Knowing me, I'll finish the short story and then decide, you know, I like this enough. We should totally turn it into a novel. Oh, dear. I've got so many things to write. I want to write them all right now. Why can't I ever get anything done? Sorry. I'll try to stop complaining. Oh dear. Let's just try to get the rough progression of events down. And please, I need help with the end. Need help with the end. And then I will go and sleep. I promise. I promise. I do need sleep. Oh, dear. Easter's going to be interesting. Oh, yes, it is Easter. Happy Easter. It is now Easter where I am. Hooray. Happy Easter. Happy holidays. Happy chocolate day. Oh, dear. Yes, I said I already fulfilled my Easter bunny duties. Everything's laid out and pretty. Oh, dear. Your small one expressed concern when I said I would be hiding the eggs for her egg hunt tomorrow. She says, no, the Easter bunny hides the eggs. So I'm going to have to try to explain that the Easter bunny can't hide the eggs for the egg hunt for everyone in the world because the Easter bunny has to deliver all the eggs already. But I did put a carton of eggs by the back door, so at least she'll see that the Easter bunny delivered us the eggs and asked me to hide them. Hold on, would lifting people by lifted people work like photocopy degradation? Huh. That's a thought. I think I need to write that down and sort of wrap my head around it a few times. I know what you're getting at. It sounds cool. It's a way to... I need to think about this. Or like a broken phone, each time a lifted being does it, something is lost. Maybe that would just make it an awful lot harder for a lifted person to lift things. Lifted to be a lifter. Therefore, Lily would have had to work twice as hard. Okay, something else that we didn't quite get down for Lily that's going to be very important was why was she lifted? Lily? Why was Lily lifted? Was she an original creation or a copy? I think all of this is going to be important to the end game. Oh, I'm not really good with endings, please decided. I suppose that's right. That's true. I have a feeling Lily probably discovered something recently which led to her trying to lift this person. And with Lily lifting, I don't want her to be lifting a baby. I want her to be lifting a fully grown, formed person. Like lifting a baby, it's probably a lot easier to do that soul because it hasn't had all of the experiences yet. It's a completely fresh person. But I think lifting a fully formed adult is incredibly, incredibly difficult. Wait, did we get that thought down about how this used to be, yes, this used to be a service or a fair business, a way to have children, but it's not really done anymore because of the, yes, inclination towards criminality and other things. What was the term? Violent tendencies, that's right, thank you. Okay, hold on. With the dean's office, the dean, the faculty member, and also I think her therapist person, or the person who keeps an eye on her. An expert in lifted people. Like, you know, population-wise, lifted people are still probably, you know, .000 something of a percent. Like a very, very low percentage of people are lifted. Let's just give it a number for now. How many is that? I have to do a calculation now. Okay, so what's the rough world population? It's 8 billion, isn't it? Or is that an old number? 0.00001% of 8 billion. That's 800 people. That sounds about right. Or should we make that let's make that a bit lower. Make it 1,000 people. 8,000 people. Okay, 3 zeros. Sorry, that's getting very specific. Oh, in a baby, the blank spaces are natural and don't cause issue, but in lifting a grown adult, the more formed the personality, the least amount of black space is allowed before issues. Yes, yes. I mean, what does lifting leave behind? I mean, is there some residue left on the paper that makes the drawing unusable? I don't think there's anything left on the paper once it's lifted. I think it just leaves a blank piece of paper, but possibly they have to keep that paper safe. Like maybe Lily carries her paper. Ooh, I like this. I like this. I like this. I like this. Or maybe not Lily. Maybe someone else carries it to keep it safe and she wants it back. Could that have something to do with the storyline? This is sounding an awful lot more novel than short story, doesn't it? Maybe it could be a novella. We'll see what happens. But this is fun. How many times have I said that now? I need some water. Sorry, I'm getting adrenaline. We should do this more often. Okay, let's get all this down. So, where was that? That's percent. So, some people in 8 billion. Doopy 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 doo. So, sorry, I'm not trying to copy word for word. I just need to get it down. Sorry. Yes, my thought was she wants to lift a full-grown adult to sort of take revenge on someone that she can't otherwise take revenge on. You know, sort of like lifting someone from history and taking revenge on them for something. I think that was the idea that I'd had. But needing to make it work with this sort of story. When someone lifted from paper, no marks left on it, but paper must be kept safe. Keep the lifted person safe. So I'm guessing if something happens to the paper, I'm not sure it would kill them, but it could mess with them. Okay, the full-grown adult can be Charlie. Working name. C for creation. Oh, does require a reason why she wants to do it in secret. Well, she has to do it in secret because, you know, highly illegal. And it's not for study, or for nothing, nothing that's being graded. Yeah, this is a personal project. But yes, also putting out there that Dahlia is definitely not prejudiced against lifted people, but possibly we can run into some of that briefly. I didn't really want there to be any sort of outward sign that someone is lifted. Would there be any outward signs? Okay, I'm just going to pop a few notes down a bit further. To lift Charlie. Well, it wants to lift not Charlie, but a copy of Charlie to take revenge, or maybe to prove something, or use this lifted Charlie to prove something. But what? That's what I can't think of. Oh no, I already have a fanfic idea. That didn't take long. No, that's wonderful. Oh dear, I hope I can write something worthy. It's like write something worthy of the fanfic. Oh dear, I love writing, I love planning. I need to learn how to actually finish things. I've got a feeling this may turn into a novella, but I still just want it to be, I don't want to jump between events. I want to start at the beginning and just sort of go straight through all these events. So, use this lifted Charlie to prove something. Well, I don't really want her to just lift it to kill someone to take revenge, because that, even though that was the initial idea, I'm not really huge on it. I prefer that she needs Charlie alive. So how did Charlie die? How did original Charlie die? Who are they? Why does Lily need them? Does Dahlia... I think she disapproves of the whole thing anyway, really. Of Lily's goals and why. Oh dear, I was hoping to get all the thinking done this stream, but I'm just getting more and more questions. Oh, but to what extent would a lifted person be the same as the original? Would they not be the version the drawer had of them in their head and not the real thing? I think that's where there's lots of grey, lots of shades of grey with this field, because you're absolutely right, yes. So the only way you'd be able to get them pretty much exactly is if you knew them as well as they knew themselves. Possibly Charlie could have left a lot behind. Maybe there's a way to sort of capture the essence of someone who's already died and not bring their soul back, but reshape it as just as it was. That sounds a little easy, doesn't it? Got to think about that. How to recreate a soul. I suppose technically you could recreate someone's soul and then just stuff it in any body, but that's not cool. She needs Charlie back. And I don't want it to be just because, I say just because she misses him. Well, that might be it too. Okay, big question. Who is Charlie? We need them. But more importantly, who is Charlie to Lily? How to recreate a soul so it is, in inverted commas, that person exactly who they were, what they know, etc. If this isn't achieved, it's just the drawer and lifter's impression of that person. So it wouldn't work if I lift a dead poet to explain the meaning of the poem. I think, Yes, because I was thinking vaguely along, court and justice and that sort of stuff, wondering if they need Charlie to testify. Though that sounds a bit too stereotypical, but something along those lines-ish. But so we need this Charlie to know what Charlie knows. So yes, that is a lovely way to describe it. Though, if I lift a dead poet, would they be able to explain the meaning of their poem? I think that would give you the meaning you think they had, but not really know what they thought. Exactly, yes. But I'm just wondering if there's a way to avoid that. I think that would be the most common outcome. But is there a way to avoid it and a way to prove that you've avoided it? Creating someone in your image of them, and how do you prove it? You may get very close to reality. We can't be sure you're not literally projecting. So much to think about. So I think I really need to figure out exactly why Lily needs Charlie. So I'm just jumping up to Lily for a sec. So Lily's unregulated lifting project. Not for extra credit. Personal goals. I'm aggravated with myself now. We've figured out a whole bunch of wonderful stuff, but I still haven't got exactly what I wanted, which was why. Oh, well, so we don't have to figure out why to get the rough projection. So, full grown adults. So we want brief exchange / argument between Lily and Dahlia. Dahlia wants to wait, more practice, etc. I think Dahlia is sure she can do her end. She's not sure Lily can pull it off yet. Okay, so we'll have the lifting process, spell, ritual, whatever we wind up doing. I'm sure we'll come up with something lovely for that. Something nice and mystical. I can light some incense or some candles. Set the scene. Oh, I think the scene. Incense, candles. Candles? Candles. I think Lily, setting the scene. Dahlia being a bit really. Because I don't think any of it's necessary. But Lily can be a little dramatic and old-fashioned. Like this is how they did it. Let's carry on the tradition. Bit of dramatic flair, it's tradition, etc. The lifting process. I mean, we can be a bit dramatic with it and say, there was close to being issues, but they managed to avoid it. Okay, so I want them to succeed in lifting. Okay. And after they succeed in lifting, move on immediately to the plan. Whatever that is, their plan with Charlie, I just want them to move straight to it because this story's just going to be bang, 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 bang. No gaps, just getting it done. Do the plan. All of this depends Depends on what Lily's end game is, and I need to figure out more before I get to her end game. Oh, goodness me. If anyone has any cool ideas, pop them in the comments or in Discord, because I think I'm going to have to stop for tonight. Oh, goodness me, this was fun. Thank you so much for doing this with me. This was great. Oh, dear. Do have to try to get more writing streams in like this. I do have a very large list of short stories that I've, got initial concepts down, so I think that'll work well with this type of stream. Oh, dear. Sorry. Move on immediately to the plan. Do the plan. Oh, dear. You go do that plan, Lily. Get it done. We'll figure out what it is eventually. This was a nice stream, a little brainstorming stream that we love. Yes, we do love our brainstorming streams. Sorry I haven't done the most recent MacGuffins You Write reading stream yet. Now that I'm mostly regular-ish on Saturday nights for me, hopefully we can schedule that and give everyone at least a week's warning so I can collect up your lovely works. And we can read them, and it'll be nice. We should do more reading streams too once my voice is back completely. Oh dear. I hope I don't lose my voice. That would not be convenient. What a pleasure. I'll be joining the Discord. Hope to catch another stream soon. Hooray! It's been so lovely having you. Thank you so much. I'm so glad you found us. Oh, goodness me. So, as always, we'll finish up singing because we love to sing. We will sing The Parting Glass. MacGuffins You Write again. We will get to it. We will. I'm sorry. Yes, after the next reading, after we finally get the reading stream for the last MacGuffins You Write brainstorming session, we will do another full-on MacGuffins brainstorming session, and it will be amazing. Yes. I will get better at ending streams. I say that after a year of streaming now. I just tend to keep on waffling. Waffle. But, poopy-doo, maybe if I do this, it'll help. Will this help? Eee! Oh, what's going on? Here we are. Maybe I should be smaller. There we go. Will this help? Okay, I'm no longer looking at the writing. We can move ahead now. I will try not to worry that I didn't quite get done what I wanted done, but we've got so much more wonderful stuff, so much to work with. I'm sure once I start pulling it together more, I will think of exactly what I need to think of. Okay, so thank you. Oh, yes, again, if you have any thoughts, comments or Discord, I would love to hear them. Thank you so much for coming, and wherever you are in the world, good night to you, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, and I hope the rest of your day is absolutely lovely, because that is what you deserve. It's definitely what you deserve, I assure you. You deserve nothing but wonder and warm tea, or cool tea if that's what you prefer, and stars. Lovely stars. Lovely stars and lovely leaves and rose. I like roses. Roses feel nice. I'm waffling again. But what's nicer than a rose petal? What smells sweeter than a rose? Does a rose still smell sweet if you're in agony? That's from a while ago now, isn't it? Why does my head? Let's sing. As best I can with my voice half gone. Of all the money that here I had, I have spent it in good company. Oh, and all the harm I've ever done, alas, it was to none but me. And all I've done for want of wit, to memory now I can't recall. So fill to me the parting glass. Good night, and joy be to you all. We'll hopefully see you next Saturday. I'll try to get a stream reminder out within the next few days. And I'll try to actually think of what we're streaming. That'll be good. And I will see you then. Goodbye. Thank you so much for coming again. Goodbye, 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 goodbye. Where is my ending screen? I keep getting smaller and smaller. Here's my ending screen. Bye-bye.